أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Hazrat Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhu relates and says that some prisoners were brought to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam after one of the battle. فَإِذَا امْرَأَةً مِنَ السَّبْيِ, and there was one woman, one lady from the prisoners. She was brought forward. تَسْعَى إِذَا وَجَدَتْ صَبِيًّا فِي السَّبْيِ, and she was running around. She was running around looking for her child. So she had a child also from these prisoners. أَخَذَتْهُ, as soon as she found the child, she got hold of the child and she grabbed him and she squeezed him against herself. She hugged him basically because she was missing. And as the mothers always worry and have worry and concern for their children, so she also was running around to look for her child. She was like Prophet Ibrahim's wife, Hajar alayhi salam, when she was running around for her child's water, Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam. How much worried and concerned she was because her baby was thirsty and dying out of thirst, and she was running around between the two mountains, Mount Safa and Mount Marwa, because of her mother's concern. And Allah made that part of Umrah and Hajj. Inna Safa wal Marwa min sha'airillah. That Safa and Marwa, two mountains, are the signs from the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whosoever goes for Hajj and Umrah, they should and they must perform sa'i, walking and running between the two mountains in order to get their Hajj and Umrah accepted. So this lady, she was running around and everybody was looking at her and she was worried and concerned. Where is her child? Where is her baby? As soon as she found it, she took it, she hugged him and she squeezed him against her chest, against her body. And then she breastfed him. And then Prophet of Allah was looking at all this scenario, this scene, that a mother, she was worried, she was concerned, she was running around, she found the baby, she hugged the baby. And then Prophet of Allah asked the Sahaba, the companion, the people around, that can you imagine this mother, this lady, throwing this baby of hers into the fire? Is this possible? Even though she is not Muslim. Muslim or non-Muslim, mother is her mother. So he, looking at this scene and scenario, he asked the people, do you imagine or can you imagine, is it possible for this woman to throw this child in the fire? They said, no, impossible. The child was only missing and she was crying and she was weeping and she was running around. Where will she will throw her child in the fire or in the well? Then Prophet of Allah said, if you understand that, then listen to this. He said, Allahu arhamu bi'ibadihi min hadhihi biwaladiha. Allah is more merciful to His servants than this mother to her child. Allah is more merciful to His servants. This is the reason why Prophet of Allah, when people blame Islam, when people say Islam, na'udhu billah, Islam spreads violence, why don't they understand that Islam begins with mercy? When we read Bismillah, what do we say? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Our Quran begins with mercy. Today the problem is our people don't know the basics of Islam and they can't answer, they can't go and tell the people, tell the world. Islam is the only religion, Quran is the only book which said if a person kills one innocent human, he has killed the whole of humanity. Which other book says that? Only Quran says it. And if you save one life, you didn't save one life, you saved the whole humanity's life. Quran says that. And then even then we are blamed, even then Islam is blamed. This is not fair. Prophet of Allah said, Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhumur Rahman. Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhumur Rahman. When a person studies hadith from the teacher in any madrasa, this is the first hadith which a student reads from his teacher. This is known as hadith musalsal bil awwaliyya, meaning every student studying the hadith, the first hadith he reads is this hadith, which is Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhumur Rahman. And this has been since beginning. Prophet of Allah, Sahaba, their students till today, when we were taught the hadith, we were taught this hadith first. Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhumur Rahman. So there is science of hadith. There is another hadith called Hadith Musalsal bil Dhihk, meaning a hadith when a teacher teaches that hadith to the student, they smile. The student smiles, the teacher smiles. Why? Because when Prophet of Allah, in fact when Allah mentioned that to Prophet of Allah, Allah smiled, Prophet of Allah smiled. When he said to his students, they smiled, he smiled. And that hadith was that on the day of judgment, Allah will take the last person, the last Muslim who will be in the fire of hell for his wrongdoings. He will be punished or sentenced for some time. A day will come that he will be taken out from there because of his Islam. And then Allah will say, okay, take him just by the door of the Jannat. Then he will say, oh Allah, I will not ask for anything else, just take me near the Jannat. He will keep on changing his promises. But Allah will say, you just promised though, that you will not ask for anything else. Oh Allah, you are the king. Then Allah will tell him that go to Jannat, yours Jannat is twice bigger than the whole world where you lived. Then he will say, oh Allah, you are the king, why do you joke with me for? Is this a joke or is this a serious? You know, sometimes they say lottery winners, they die out of happiness because too nice to be true. So they can't take this happiness that they won the lottery. They die out of shock and happiness. Wow, it's too nice to be true. This person will say, oh Allah, Jannat for me, which is 2 times bigger than the whole world. Allah will say yes. At that time Allah smiled that look at my servant. What does he think of it that I am joking with him? So Allah smiled, Prophet of Allah smiled. When he told his Sahaba the hadith, they also smiled. Like, alhamdulillah, we are smiling. This is known as Hadith Musalsal bil Dhihk. When a person reads this hadith, they smile naturally. So Islam teaches, the teacher teaches the student the first hadith before he begins the book. The hadith is Ar-Rahimuna yarhamuhumur Rahman. That people who have mercy on other people, people who show mercy and sympathy and empathy for other people, then Allah will show mercy to these people. Man la yarham, la yurham. The one who does not show mercy will not be shown mercy. Prophet of Allah said. So then he said, Irhamu man fil ard, yarhamukum man fis sama. So you people be merciful, have mercy to the people who are in the earth. The one in the heavens will show mercy to you. And that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our Islam. So Islam does not teach violence. Islam teaches peace. Islam itself is peace. The word Islam has 2 meanings. One meaning is submission to the will of Allah, and the second meaning is peace and blessings. Our Allah, one of his 99 attributes is salam, which also means peace. Our greetings, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, again peace. When we read namaz, what do we finish on? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So everywhere we are spreading peace to people. Before you meet somebody, we are encouraged to do salam. Brother, assalamu alaikum, peace be to you. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not here to damage you, I'm not here to harm you. Such religion Allah has given us. And the greeting in Jannah is also assalamu alaikum. Every prophet had this greeting, every angel had this greeting. And yet we are blamed that we are violent people. This is not true. This is against the reality. This is far from the truth. Even though Islam has been given bad name in the media, yet alhamdulillah, the fastest growing religion is Islam. And many of them, 75% people who accept Islam in this country are women, are ladies. Who's forcing them? Which sword is there to force them to Islam? In fact, what I say, that our people are far from Islam. Yet Allah is spreading Islam. When people become Muslim, when you ask them, brother, what motivated you? They say, we met Islam before we met a Muslim. Meaning Muslims are not worthy. Even though Prophet of Allah did say that if because of you Allah brings one person on guidance, this is better for you than the red camel. Then imagine the consequences of giving bad name to Islam with your actions. So Ar-Rahimuna Yarhamuhum Rahman. So Allah, Prophet of Allah said, this lady and her love, her mercy for her child is nothing, is not in comparison to the mercy of Allah for His servants. Abu Hurairah, he says, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the whole universe, when Allah created the heaven and the earth, Allah also created His arsh, and Allah wrote, Inna rahmati sabaqat ghadabi, that my mercy will overtake my anger. Allah wrote this and Allah placed it on the arsh. It's written on the arsh that Allah's mercy is much more than Allah's anger. Allah also made Jannat. Allah also made Jahannam. If there was no Jahannam, then how would people fear doing wrong things? So there is judgment on the day of judgment. Abu Hurairah, and another hadith, he says that I heard Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, "Yaqulu ja'alallahu rahma miyata juzin." Allah created, when Allah made mercy, when Allah made rahmat, when Allah made rahmah, Allah divided that into 100 parts. Allah made mercy into 100 parts. And فَأَمْسَكَ عِنْدَهُ تِسْعَ وَتِسْعِينَ. Allah kept 99 parts of mercy with Him. And Allah only وَأَنزَلَ فِي الْأَرْضِ جُزْءًا وَاحِدًا. Allah only sent one part of mercy in this world. So Allah has 99. Allah only sent 1%. And then Prophet of Allah said, يَتَرَاحَمُ الْخَلَائِقُ. Because of that one part of mercy, a father and the mother has mercy for their children. Even the animals, حَتَّى تَرْفَعُ الدَّابَّةُ حَافِرَهَا. Even the animal, even the bird, even an animal will know that this is my baby, this is my child. And they lift their feet up from their children so they don't hurt them. This is one part of mercy which Allah has placed in this world. Imagine the remaining. So this is very, very important that this quality of mercy must be in our hearts. Father and children, brothers for sisters, sisters for brothers, children for parents, and even generally Muslims. In your heart, they say, if you can't benefit people, don't harm them at least. अगर किसी को नफा नहीं पहुंचा सकते तो नुकसान ना पहुंचाओ. If you can't benefit people, don't worry. Don't give him harm. Don't make things hard for him. Make things easy for people. Khairun nasi man yanfa'un nas. Prophet of Allah said that the best amongst the people is that person who is more beneficial for other people. So this is our Islam. This is our teaching. This is our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His mercy, when he was existing, when he was living, he was mercy. After he passed away, he is also merciful. Surah Al-Anbiya, in which Allah speaks about all the different prophets. Allah mentioned Prophet Ismail, Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Dawood, all the different prophets. When he came to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah didn't say anything except one ayah, except one verse, and that is وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. That, O Prophet of Allah, we have only sent you as a means of mercy for the people, and that's it. This is the whole introduction of this beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Quran. So his existence, his teachings, today scientists and doctors are confirming that what Prophet of Allah taught 1400 years ago is beneficial for the people. Miswak and so many sunnats. He said to sleep on the right hand side, not to sleep on the left hand side. The reason is your heart is on the left hand side. Your heart should be free, should not be pressed, it should not be, And today's doctors also say sleep on the right side.
Yes.
Prophet of Allah used to recommend that have qaylula. Have qaylula, qala yaqilu, meaning midday nap. Then sleep for half an hour or 1 hour in the afternoon time. So Prophet of Allah used to have a habit, he used to wake up early in the morning, tahajjud salah, fajr salah, then do their work, and then before Zohar, after Zohar, used to sleep and have a qaylula, midday nap. And today's scientists are also confirming, if you have that, cancer will not come near you. So many, alhamdulillah, it is us. You know, our example, I always say to people, a person sitting in the ocean and in the sea, and he complains of being thirsty. समुंदर में बैठ के कहता है कि मुझे प्यास लगी है. Water is around him, yet he is complaining to be thirsty. This is our example. That we have Quran, we have Hadith, we have ulama around us to teach us, to give us the pearls, yet we are complaining that we are worried, we are parishan, we are this, we are that. The solution is there in front of us. We are not finding it. This is very important that we should attach ourselves to the Quran and Hadith, especially. Seek our guidance. If you are in trouble, Quran is the solution. Hadith is the solution. If you don't find it, then this is a challenge. You will definitely find it, as long as you know how to find it. So this is very, very important that we get our solutions from the Quran and Sunnah. Jazakallahu khair. Bismillah.